did some live work where we did some pass under pressure, and kind of like Saturday, I thought our defense really is. They're moving around well. We've got some good speed on defense, and that's probably plays to our strength. We need to continue to keep on working with our quarterbacks as far as their decision making. Tanner Gentry had another good day. I think he's proving to be a really consistent threat, and he's honing his receiving skills up. I think Jake Hollister did some good things at the tight end position today. And Johanna Gaffan showed up well in the scrimmage and showed up well again today. But we're pleased. We've got Connor Kane and Johanna inside, so that's a good combination. So at this time, any questions?
Craig, after you looked at the film of the scrimmage, you thought that maybe after that you'd get an idea of maybe guys who were separating at certain positions or still together. After looking at that film, is there any determination of where there's more separation than others at certain positions or anything like that?
Yeah, there certainly are. Some of the spots I think some guys are stepping up. We really think C.J. Jennings is really emerging as one of our best corners, and he's a guy that played some last year, but he continues to show what he can do, and so we're pleased with him. Chase Roulier has really established himself as our top offensive lineman. I think there's a separation with Jake Hollister at tight end position from the other guys, but we've got to find some more tight ends. And then Kevin Prosser and Carl Granderson did some really good things at the defensive end position.
You mentioned on the inside defensive tackle, nose tackle. What have you seen from some of those guys this spring?
Well, Chase Appleby has really had a good spring. I think he's probably separated at that nose guard position, but we're going to need to play, we call them three techniques, the other defensive tackle position, and I think our guys between Connor and Johanna, they're young, but they're both really playing well.
I know you said throughout spring that maybe cornerback was maybe one of the most competitive positions on the team.
Yeah.
Do you still feel that way? And who else is looking good? Or you mentioned CJ maybe established himself as one of your better ones.
Right.
Anyone else kind of separating, or is it still pretty tight?
We've got a little bit of a grouping between Robert Priester, Davion Freeman, Antonio Hall is in there. But I think CJ's kind of separated himself from the other guys, and so we'll see on the back half of spring ball how the other guys respond.
You mentioned pass under pressure, Coach. How did Josh and Nick come back off of Saturday?
I thought they rebounded well. Josh had a couple good throws early. There was a stretch in there where I thought he was really in sync. Then he had some rough spots, but we're going to need to be more consistent. We do think Josh is playing better than Nick right now. We're going to continue to evaluate that, but that's starting to solidify.
Seems like you had some guys back. You saw Ryan back there, back in the action. You saw DJ back. Looked like you guys got some guys back from injury.
Yeah, we did. DJ's out there, and Ryan's, a couple of the other guys are back out there, and so there's going to be some ebbs and flows of spring football. I think we probably had more participation, guys staying on the field, which is an encouraging sign.
You mentioned one of the guys certainly who solidified himself, Lucas Waka. His leadership ability, has that even been at a different level this spring?
Yeah, it certainly has. He's played the Mike position, so he's really in charge of a lot of our defensive calls, and he's really grown accustomed to that position. I certainly think he's recognized he's played a lot of football here, and he wants to have his best year, and thus far he has, and we're pleased with his progress.
When you have an experienced middle linebacker like that, like Lucas, how much different or better can your defense be just with a calming presence?
A lot better. We run a pro-style defense, and there's a lot of moving parts out there, and that guy's really the quarterback of the whole thing, and you wouldn't normally think of a linebacker being that way, but in the Tampa 2 system, that guy's kind of in the middle of everything, and so he's got to be somebody that's certainly aggressive, but more so he's got to be somebody that really has a command of our defense, has an understanding of what guys are doing in front of him, beside him, behind, and we're really pleased with Lucas and how he's played this spring. Okay.